Hey Fit Family, Angela here. So I am getting ready to work out, but before I do, I want to give you a little insight into my workout and what I'm going to do today. Every now and then, every trainer has a few clients that they know is going to push them. So I am going to show you Tavonia, and I'm going to give you a little insight into our workout today. So we are actually working out today. We're going to work out today. So this is not a training session. We're going to work out. But she's helping me as we're working out to design a whole new series of workouts. I love it as a trainer when you have clients that push you to be funky fresh and to come up with a whole bunch of stuff. So definitely, I'm going to give you a little insight into our workout today. Today we're specifically only focusing on legs. If you're one of those people who has thunder thighs or has chunks of fat or all of that and you got a bunch of jigglies, I'm a leg girl. So I will do legs all day long. So I'm going to show you a little insight into our workout. I started off with the 15-minute spin. We're actually getting ready to run. You want to do like a little over a mile today? Yeah.
Gotta do a mile.
So we're going to do at least a mile. Now we've been slowly but surely increasing the distance that we've been doing. So we're going to run, then we're going to come back and hit the legs. We got to hit abs today too. Yeah, we haven't hit abs anyway. So we're going to hit abs. So I will give you a little insight into our workout. So check it out. So we just did, was it 1.3?
1.3.
So that was 13 minutes. So that's like,
Good time.
yeah, good pace. Now, was this run hard for you this morning?
The heels.
This was hard for me, and I don't know. See,
Start out heels.
okay, first things first, I have asthma. So for those of you who have asthma and think that you can't exercise or you can't run, you can. But this, I don't know if it's just humid.
It's the humidity. It's up a little
Okay,
bit.
because when we ran before, it has not been this hard for
It's
me.
usually cooler before daylight, but after the rain last night, the humidity is up.
Okay, because that makes me feel, because I felt like a pump. So if you're trying to burn fat and build muscle, so I'm focusing on leaning out our legs, okay? So we're going to step back a little bit. So you can look at T's legs and look at mine and where, you mind? So like T has these beautiful hips. He has these beautiful hips and thighs. I got thighs, but I don't have the butt and all the other stuff. So what we're trying to do is lean the legs out, but I want to maintain the muscle. So to get the sexy legs, you got to burn the fat, but you got to build the muscle. So that's why I don't want to run a whole lot.
Right.
So we'll pace our workouts with the mixture of the runs, and then we'll do sprints. So that'll hit the slow twitch and the fast twitch fibers. So you hit another set of fibers with the legs. So that way we keep all the muscle that we're working to build. All right, so that is the sequence for our leaning out legs. All right, so now we're going to go inside and hit the workout. So when you're doing the abduction, two things. I like to focus on not having your butt on the seat, so that way you get all pressure specifically on the muscle that you're working, and push with your knees. Push with your knees. So when you're pushing with your knees, you're still focusing on a little bit more. Now, you can lay back. That's just an entryway to start, but I always encourage my clients, push with your knees, have your butt not on the seat, and try to get a full range of motion. That's the first block. So I like to do contralateral for a reason. When you focus on one leg, a lot of times you have imbalances when you're working out. So for me, my right leg is my injured leg. So naturally, this one is a little harder for me to do. So by doing it on one side, number one, you can identify any imbalances. that you may possibly have. Number two, you can focus on taking it a little deeper so you don't have to keep going back and forth in the process of rotating. Now I'm going to show you T a little bit. Her form is always really, really good when she does it. She takes her knee all the way down, which is really, really good. And she's just kind of dragging that other leg, so she's not even bringing it forward. So that way she can keep constant. T, make sure you put your pressure on your heel. Did you have your pressure on your heel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That last couple one looked like it was on your toe.
Okay.
Yeah, so you always want to make sure you keep pressure on your heel and not your toe. All right, so this is the second set. So we just finished working the quads. Now we're getting ready to hit the legs and the glutes. Yeah, we can do it with the weight. You know what? Let's do the first set with the weight, and let's see how we feel, and then you can determine. All right, so you're going to do isolated reverse lunge, your right leg, reverse lunge back. Focus on making sure that knee is at a 90-degree angle. Yes, perfect. All right, so you're going to do 15 on that one. Then we're going to hit the Bosu. So you're going to do a vertical leg curl. Why are you starting? You know you still got to do my 15.
I know.
Okay.
We got 4.
Okay. then we're going to do the vertical leg curl. Drop the ball once you do the vertical leg curl. And then you're going to go into reverse leg extension. Then we're going to do the opposite leg. And then we're going to end with 30 seated leg curl. Okay? Taking it all the way back to really hit the back part of the glute. All right? So that, I don't believe you started.
Yes.
But okay, but now you're going to be ahead of me. Wow.
Believe me, you can tell.
Wow. All right, here we go. So you want to always take your squat all the way below parallel. So I like doing it on there. You can keep your feet elevated and you'll be able to take it deep. So you can determine how light or how heavy you go. But regardless of whatever one that you do, take it below parallel. Okay.
You want clout, don't do that. This real life, sis, try to keep track. Share for share without a penny to spare. Tryna copy me, don't do that over here. Don't step up to the
All right, so the last one that we're doing on this one is the seated leg curl. So make sure when you're doing this, you have your toes pointed all the way up. And then T's taking it all the way back. So you can kind of hear it where it's hitting that pad. So if you're trying to lift your butt and make it tight, but also still hit your hamstrings, you got to do full range of motion. So if you're going to punk out with it, don't even do it. But yes, that's how you do a seated leg curl. Okay, so now we are on, T, what is this, the fourth block?
Yes.
We're on a fourth block. So
Yes.
a lot of times, people ask me how I come up with my workouts. I literally design them according to, number one, how I feel. Number two, the muscles that you're trying to work. So the whole time that we were working out, I was actually looking at T's butt and her thighs and her hamstrings. So I was looking at areas that I could see the muscles that were working, but then I was also looking at how I felt too. Also, carbs. Some of you run away from carbs. We both, I've been at a really high heart rate the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of us have been in like 140. I got to like 180 at one time.
I was like 175. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's also good to always monitor your heart rate. So that way, because I've been gauging our reps and sets by heart rate. So I like to focus on interval training where I spike the heart rate up, bring it back down, spike it up, bring it back down. So on our last set, all right, so T, we still focusing on legs. So we're going to add some abs into here too. So we're going to do this, the glute press. I like the glute press because it focuses on your quads and your hamstrings. So we started out with isolated and we put it together. Now we're going to go back to isolated. So we've been doing a mixture of isolated and compound the whole time. So you're going to do left leg, right leg, and then I'll be on this one, the adductor. So I'm going to be facing forward, and then I'm going to face reverse, okay? So it's going to be 15, 15, 15, 15, left, right. So I think if we, and okay, yes. So we're gonna do, you're gonna do a set, I'm gonna do a set. We're gonna swap, and then we're gonna end it with skaters.
Okay.
So skaters is gonna give us the cardio. Because this right here should not get our heart rate up too high. It will a little bit because it's a compound movement. Anytime you do compound movements, you're gonna spike your heart rate up because you're working several muscle groups. But we're gonna see how our heart rate is. Focus on pushing with your heel. Bring your knee up when you're doing it. Bring your knee up above your navel. And so when you take it back, kick it all the way back, keeping that back straight. That is going to continue to reinforce this lower back that we work too. So your glutes, you want to get this strong. All of this is part of your stabilizer. So that's part of how we're doing it. No, stop going early.
I was just making sure I got my weights in.
Because you get ahead of me.
No.
And you make me feel like a pump. All right, so now we're going to start the second set. Together.
Make one call, call my bluff. I can make one call, try me up. Now I just touched down, send me the address. Wire, no fun, shoot me the cash app. I'm not coming unless it's paid in full. You know the code, you know the rules. I told them, bitch, better have my money. Said I'm not bluffing, ain't no capping, that's a fact. Can't believe I gotta mingle with these crabs. Never had to fight a drip, get slapped. And no, I don't want your man, but your man is a fan. Better watch what you say, cause you know I don't play. Talking like you do not know what's up. Talking like you want me to call my bluff. I can make one call, call my bluff. I can make one call, try me up. Talking like you do not know what's up. Talking like you want me to call my bluff. I can make one call, call my bluff. I can make one call, try me up.
So that was our full workout. Now we're stretching. Now, take it straight down, T. This was, what, hour and a half? Here.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, a little, probably hour and a half, hour 45. Now, your average person is not gonna work out an hour and a half, hour 45. You know. Now, I will say a typical workout for me is, yeah, this is average for me. But in the midst of doing this, I will take everything that we did, because we did what, 5 blocks? Was it 5?
It was.
Yeah. So I'll take these 5 blocks because I already know what it's like. I know what it feels like to do it. And I will probably design 3 workouts off of this. And they will probably be about 30 to 40 minute workouts based upon it. Just to make sure that I hit everything. Because we did a quad focus. Then we did inner and outer thigh focus. And then we did, what else was it? Hamstring glute focus. So when you're trying to tone your legs up and lean them out, you really have to isolate and hit every part of it. You do. So this is one of those things, see, where you do it again. You can either start the week out with all of it and then break it down into 3 different ones. And then, or you can end the week with it. Ouch!
You got stretch with it.
Just tight. Yeah, my hamstrings are still tight. Hamstrings are still tight. With it. But we did a mixture of plyometric, low weight, and high reps. And a combination of all of it. So you really need to have a mixture of all of that when you're trying to, well, for me, I think. And then if you're one of those people who have thick legs, then you really gotta switch it up. So if you don't have thick legs, you probably don't have to do as much as we did, but if you do,
You gotta work them legs.
if you got some thick legs and a lot of thick muscle or whatever else, then you really gotta hit it because you wanna maintain that symmetry with that. So that is a typical training session and a typical workout session with me. All right.
It was fun.
I could not have done this workout without you. There's no way. I would have stopped. I would have stopped about 30 minutes ago. I'd been like, forget this. I'm not doing this. So,